Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and today I'm back with another 4K review. We're going to be taking a look at Sony Pictures Home Entertainment's recent release on 4K of the movie Elysium by Neill Blomkamp. So in this review, we'll talk about the visual quality, the upgrade to 4K, and whether that's worth it, some of the audio, as well as packaging and special features. So if that's of interest of you, that's what I do here on the channel. So please subscribe if that's interesting, turn your notifications on, and help us hit our goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive right into this review. So Elysium was just recently released, and thanks to my friends at UHD Movie Source, they were able to hook me up with a copy, which I really appreciate. So go check them out. They're a small family-owned physical media shop in North Carolina. I'll put a link down in the description to their store. Very cool guys over there, small business, but they do great work for physical media. And they were able to send this out to me a couple days ago, and I was able to check it out just recently. So this movie is really interesting on 4K because it has an interesting sort of way that it was shot. So the movie was shot on completely digital cameras, but it was shot at a resolution of 3.3K for the majority of the movie, the vast majority of the movie, and then handheld, HD cameras, just 1080p cameras, were used for portions of this movie. So it is technically an upscale from 3.3K to 4K. But what I don't want people to think is this is what they call fake 4K. I really don't like that term at all because these are all real 4K discs. There isn't a fake 4K disc out there, but there's just different variations on the level of upscale and what the digital intermediate that we're working with is. And in this case, it is a 4K digital intermediate. So it's not just being upscaled for this disc, but that picture was actually finished at 4K, and that's what we're getting on the discs. This is definitely a great 4K image with a lot of quality detail, and that resolution definitely helps you get a better experience over the Blu-ray in 1080p. Now, there are some softer sequences which I think were shot with those kind of handheld cameras, and there's some instances where maybe this isn't as sharp as other 4K digital intermediates, like I'm not comparing this to movies shot on film because that's a totally different look and feel, but stuff like Gemini Man or Joker or Passengers, which are digitally shot 4K digital intermediates, those are better pictures than this, but this is still very, very good, and it's better than most of the more modern 4K releases that I've seen lately. Now, a big reason why I really like this disc is not just the upgrade in quality and detail. There's definitely some fine edges and things that are much more refined in 4K resolution, but the HDR here is a real boost. There's some absolutely breathtaking scenes, especially when they're looking down at Earth, when they're looking up into space. There's a whole lot going on, and even just things on the Earth itself. Just the whole picture really pops with HDR, and I thought that was lacking a little bit on the Blu-ray. Could be a little bleak and dreary on Earth, which is how it's supposed to be, right? That's how the movie's set, but the colors were just not very saturated, and it was probably a limitation of Blu-ray. And this 4K digital intermediate with the HDR really improves that picture, and it doesn't change the look and feel of the movie, but it just makes for a much better experience. Your contrast is a lot better, your colors are a lot deeper, your black levels are deeper and better and more consistent. Everything looks a lot better. So I give this one high marks for its HDR especially. So from a visual standpoint, this is a really nice upgrade over the Blu-ray. Now on the audio side, we do also upgrade there from a 7.1 track to a Dolby Atmos. So that's always nice to upgrade. A 7.1 track is the source track for most Atmos, so there isn't a huge leap here, but the added height speakers add a little bit extra sound space. If you have those 7 speakers plus some heights, even 5 speakers plus some heights, you're going to get a better experience with the Atmos track. It definitely adds a little more, builds on the soundscape, and just makes the whole thing a better experience. But I wouldn't say that that is one reason to upgrade. The audio is great. I definitely like the audio. Atmos is great, but the 7.1 that was available on the Blu-ray is also great. So it's a much bigger difference in upgrade when you're talking about the picture quality on this and not so much on audio. It is always nice to get the best audio track we can get, which in this case is Dolby Atmos, and they get marks for that. Definitely worth that upgrade, and it's always nice when you upgrade to get the highest quality. but I wouldn't say it's as big a leap. So just take that with a grain of salt. I don't think you're going to get a groundbreaking experience, but this is a very, very good Atmos track, which comes from a very, very good 7.1 source. Now, packaging wise, what I've got here is just the standard slip cover release, you know, pretty standard artwork, same as what you saw on the Blu-ray. It does have, interestingly enough, this little PS5 sticker on it, but it doesn't have that kind of ugly PS5 slip cover, luckily, because I don't like those from Sony. Then on the inside, you've got your two discs. Both have disc art, which is always a nice little plus, and there is a digital copy that is included, so that should redeem in 4K. Given what I know about Sony's other releases, you should definitely be able to get that in 4K if that's of interest to you. Now, special features wise, there's actually some on the 4K disc here, which is great. You get exoskeletons, explosions, and the action choreography of Elysium, the hero, the psychopath, and the characters of Elysium, the art of the Elysium miniatures used in the movie, Bugatti 2154, and the theatrical trailers. So there's some added content to the 4K disc, which is nice, but then on the Blu-ray that's included, it also ports over all the previously available special features. So that's always good to note when you're upgrading, that you're not losing anything, because you may want to hang on to a Blu-ray disc for specific features, commentaries, things like that. You're getting it all here in this package. It's all included, so that's a very good thing. So overall, I'm really pleased with this release. I think it's a very clean, modern looking digital image in 4K. So if that's your kind of vibe, if you don't like film grain and you don't like the grainy picture that, you know, maybe some older movies deliver you, I'm still a fan of that, but I can also appreciate a nice modern shot digital movie, and this is very clean and very modern. So if that's what you're looking for, you'll get a great picture here. It's a 4K digital intermediate, so it's near pristine, not as good as some others, but right up there. And the HDR and Dolby Atmos that gets added in with this release makes it well worthy of an upgrade, especially when you consider that special features are all ported over, plus you're getting some extras in 4K. It's a very nice release from Sony, who continues to do a very nice job with supporting physical media, 4K in particular, and not only supporting, but doing a very good job with their 4K transfers. And they typically include all the goodies, the Atmos special features. So they're really taking pride in this format. And it's a part of the reason why I do recommend a lot of different Sony movies on 4K. They're doing a really good job, and Elysium is no exception. Now, real quickly too, because this movie is kind of controversial, Neill Blomkamp did District 9, which a lot of people love, and he's been in the works to do like Halo movies and things like that, which I could see, maybe an Alien movie. I think this is better than some people give it credit for. It's a very interesting story. It has some great practical effects, which translate really well to 4K, and that's what I really like to see with his movie. So I'm a fan of it. If you've never seen the movie, you know, I would say check it out on your own. Don't read reviews. It's a little bit of a hit or miss movie for people. Some people hate it, some people really like it. I personally enjoyed it, and I thought the 4K experience was very nice. So if you don't own it, that's a great way to pick it up for the first time and experience it. So that's it for the review. I will leave links to purchase Elysium on 4K down in the description, including links from HD Movie Source, who I said, you know, they helped support me and sponsored this video basically by sending me this disc. So I really appreciate them and their support. So go check out their site. Also, make sure you check out all the other links down in my description for ways that you can support, and make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on. I would really appreciate it. It helps us hit our subscriber goal. I'm really pushing to get that silver play button for 100,000 subscribers in 2021. So clicking a simple button helps me get there, and it would mean a lot for your support to the channel. It's a great passive way to support without needing to do anything else. And I really appreciate all that have been watching the reviews lately. I got lots more coming, lots of great 4K in the backlog. I'm happy I could finally get to this one, but I got a few more discs to go through, and a lot of good stuff coming in late February and March. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and you're staying safe and healthy out there. But yeah, thank you for watching this review, Elysium in 4K. Check the links down in the description. Very, very good release. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.